Hello, beautiful people. We are going live a few minutes earlier than what we said we was. We're just gonna chill for a few. Well, we won't start things until a quarter after, like we said. But I was sitting here and I just couldn't wait anymore to go live. I'm sitting here staring at the camera. I've got everything all set up, got the mic set up, got everything going. I'm just like, man. gotta grab the phone real quick. My Roomy Wisdom for today is on the phone. I found it while I was relaxing yesterday out at Dad's doing some laundry and stuff, and I was just spending some time out there, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to look up some Rumi stuff. And actually, this is the one I was going to use yesterday, and then I found the one that I did use yesterday, and I like this one, but that one felt right for the day. So that's what we went with. And man, yesterday was awesome. It was like spot on again. Just right where we needed to be. Oops. There I go. I accidentally closed the... This is why I give myself plenty of time. Occasionally I do goofy, silly things. So that's because I'm a goofy, silly person. Part of my role. I'm a jokester. Now, I'm not one of those, awesome stand-up comedians like my buddy Brian April. And if you haven't checked out his page, check out his page. He's got a Facebook page. It's Apprille, I believe is how you spell his last name. Just trying to pull that from memory. Brian, if you catch this and I spelled your last name wrong, I am so sorry, brother. But Comedy Brian is, I believe, what you can find him under. He's also on Twitch. He's here on YouTube. He's on Facebook. I've known him for a long time. He's a very funny comedian. He tries to keep everything family friendly and wholesome and clean. Just a really good guy. I've known him for years and years and years. We started out as friends. We met actually gaming, online gaming, and became very good friends. And him and his now wife, Deb, who they were dating at that time, very, very dear friends of mine. Love them both dearly. Do not talk to them nearly as much as I should, which I need to reach out more to them. But Brian's a great guy. They're both very busy people, though, too. But absolutely love them. Just beautiful souls. But yes, Brian is, if you like stand-up comedy, definitely check out Comedy Brian. Absolutely great guy. Absolutely great guy. So, it is 8:17, so we can officially get started with our stuff. We're a couple minutes past now, so I want to share this one because I want to talk about it a little bit before we draw our card for the day. And I'm guilty of, like, this is as much for me as it is for y'all. So understand that a lot of times when I'm pulling these Roomy Wisdoms is it's because it's something that I'm working on as well, but I also think it's something that's going to be beneficial to everyone. So the first thing that I read as far as from Rumi is pulled from that, and then is something that I go out and select, and then we pull a card from the Rumi Oracle deck, and that's random. And a lot of times these things line up. I don't know if they will today or not. We will see. We'll see how things go. But this one says, "The beauty you see in me is a reflection of you." Rumi. Now think about that. The beauty you see in me is a reflection of you. Rumi. So the beauty that you see in others is a reflection of the beauty within yourself. And I'm always one to point out the beauty in others. I do this all the time. You can ask, friends and stuff. I'm always, pointing out, hey, you're a beautiful soul. You're amazing. You're wonderful. You're strong. I try to uplift people. I don't see, there's really no need to tear someone down. There's really no need to tear someone apart. There's no need to put someone down. Now, if someone's doing something wrong and something that's not right, you can talk to them. Say, hey, that's maybe not the best behavior. Or, if they're being just mean and cruel, be just, hey, that shit doesn't fly. Cut that crap out, But as far as just, like, maliciously, like, bullying or tearing someone down or something like that crap has no purpose, no place, no reason. My lighting is going crazy in my room. Remember the other night, guys, I was talking about I need to do something about the lighting in here. That's one of the things I want to get changed. I need to get an extra, I think it's like 40 or 50 bucks to replace those bulbs. With the LED bulbs I want to replace them with. And if that doesn't take care of that humming noise, which you guys probably can't hear it, but it's just a humming constantly. And it kind of bugs me. It's just, I don't know why, but it's just this high-pitched buzzing humming, and I don't like it. And so I usually don't use these lights when I'm not recording. I only usually have these lights on when I'm recording. I've got other lighting that I use in here, which when I'm recording, it whites me out a little bit too much. So that's why I don't have those on. I mean, I guess I could start putting makeup on, and it's like a lightning storm in here. But, getting back to the Roomy Wisdom, though, I mean, when you point out the beauty in someone else, you got to realize that's also the beauty within yourself that you are seeing in them, because people are a mirror to you. And this goes with things like, if there's something in someone that triggers you, you might want to look at yourself and see if you have that same behavior or that activity or something. Because that might be something within you that you need to address and fix. Now, some things could just, not be there. Like, I don't smoke cigarettes. And one thing that bugs the hell out of me is cigarette smokers that throw cigarette butts on the ground. Oh my God. You talk about something that's like a pet peeve. I just think it's nasty. I think it's disgusting. And I think it's disrespectful. If you're going to smoke a cigarette, at least have the courtesy to dispose of your cigarette butts in a proper receptacle. And don't throw them on the ground. That's littering. You're just disrespecting Mother Earth at that point in time. Don't do it. Don't do it. I actually, I have friends who come over here and smoke cigarettes, and I actually got a can out front that they can toss their butts in. And, that's what it's there for. So, but all right, let's move on to our card pull for the day while we're doing this. But just know that when you see beauty in someone else, that's a reflection of the beauty within you, and learn to honor not only the beauty in the other person, but the beauty within you as well. I think so many times we don't look at the beauty within ourselves, and it's harder to do that with ourselves. And honestly, I think most of us are more apt to look at the negative things, or what we perceive as negative things within ourselves, and put ourselves down before we build ourselves up. And I think that's a really big issue that a lot of people have, is we tend to put ourselves down instead of building ourselves up. And that internal self-dialogue of how we talk to ourselves is really, really critical about our well-being. If we are going to really focus on our own personal well-being and growth, we need to change that internal dialogue from talking negatively about ourselves to talking positive about ourselves. And you probably have, if you've followed the podcast at all and watched much of what I do, you probably heard me talk about spell casting and the words I am. And whatever you say after I am is you're essentially casting a spell on yourself. Because you're making a definitive statement of I am this. So if I was to say I am poor, I am broke, or I am, and I'm saying these as examples, don't take these as like I'm casting these on myself, because these are just examples. Or I am sick, or I am sad, or I am depressed, or I am anxious. While you may be feeling anxiety, say, man, I feel anxious, or I feel ill, or I feel. That's describing how you're feeling, not so much making that I am statement about yourself, because I am is declaring who you are, what you are. So be careful when you make those I am statements. And this is something I work on constantly. I catch myself being wrong about things. I catch myself saying things at times that's not probably the best. And so I got to work on this myself constantly too. So this is something that I work on all the time, and so speak to yourself in a more positive manner. I am beautiful. I am loved. I am cared for. I am happy. I am blessed. Speak to yourself in those ways. All right, we got Divine Mother Manifest today as our card. I don't know if we've had this one yet or not, but this is the card for today. No, we had Divine Discontent. That was the divine one that we had the other day, I think. So, Divine Mother Manifest. Oh, you, living in the world of 6 directions, accept the gloom and accept the bliss, for those seeds buried in the ground will one day grow into fruitful orchids. Rumi. Excuse me. We share her, this Divine Mother, you and I. We are her precious children. We are born through her love, and she shares in our losses and our gains, our tragedies and our triumphs. Her hair forms the galaxies, her thoughts become the stars, the sun her own warmth, and her breath is felt upon this earth. Causing the roar of the ocean waves, the sun is her own warmth, and her breath is felt upon this earth, causing the roar of the ocean waves. Her voice is heard in the call of the whales and the trill of the birds. She is all, nurturing life into existence. She is in my reaching for you, and she is in your acceptance of my divine hand. She is all, this great lady. Nothing lies outside of her sphere of influence and power, compassion, and grace. That includes you, your dreams, great and small, my angel of love. This oracle comes to you via the sacred grace and mercy of the Divine Mother. Yeah, I held up the card earlier, but just let's hold this up again. Look how beautiful that is, the Divine Mother. This oracle comes to you via sacred grace and mercy of the Divine Mother, who is the great manifestation expression of divinity. All that is created, all that it is made manifest, without exception, flows from her being. This is why it is safe to trust in life, and even, most especially, the inexplicable mysteries, and even the darkness that may give rise to fear and judgment within us. It is all part of her unfathomable workings. So we pray for light, we pray for love, we honor and we live our lives with its mysteries and with as much integrity as we can muster. But beyond that, it is best to participate in this life with much less certainty than the mind would. But beyond it, it is best to participate in this life with much less certainty than the mind would have us believe necessary for inner peace. Inner peace doesn't come with understanding, it comes with trusting. Can we understand a star or a galaxy? Perhaps not. Yet we can choose to trust in its beauty and its beingness, and from it we derive great energy, hope, and inspiration. The ways of the Divine Mother are not to be judged by our limited standards, rather by the limited standards rather than can be witnessed, experienced, and received. What a relief to know! What a relief to not need to understand. What a relief to simply live with trust and to know that everything will work out in its way. Through those wise ways of the Divine Mother, there is a gift headed to you now. Will you receive it? That gift is one of manifestation. Something you have been working towards, growing into, loving, and dreaming, perhaps for a very long time, is finally coming into fruition. Perhaps you have caught a sniff of the aromas from the divine kitchen and know the meal is nearly ready, and it smells delicious. Or perhaps you have already been curious. You have been a curious and naughty angel. You poked your head through the door into the divine dining room, only to be captivated by the candlelight dancing and the reflection upon gleaming silverware, and the subtle sounds of crystal goblets and the finest china being laid down upon an exquisite dining table. Or maybe, dearest one, you have absolutely no clue what's about to happen. With your thoughts and attention so often turned to the past or the future, you have yet to realize what is coming to life for you in this moment. Come on, people. In that moment, remember, it's a present. Perhaps you will not gain any advance notice. You will instead run smack into the middle of a dinner party hosted in your honor, and perhaps even feel unprepared, wondering if this morning's yoga attire is suitable for such a grand occasion. You are being asked to receive this gift completely and utterly, whether you feel sufficiently worthy or not, or appropriately and readily attired. It is time. And it is time, and the bestowal of this gift is as it should be. Whether it seems to be in the best form or how it should be according to your opinion or the opinions of others, it is the words. It is as the Divine Mother has accorded it to be. She has her wild ways, of course, and oftentimes her workings in the world are, to put it mildly, downright unfathomable. Yet somehow all things, all creations, all of life, her every working serve love. You are one of her creations, and so is the imminent manifestation of your own heart's truth. Live it, love it, receive it completely. It is yours and meant to be so. This oracle comes with additional guidance for you. No matter whether or not things appear to be working out, they are. And you are held in the loving protection of the Divine Mother to keep you from straying from your highest path and divine destiny. There is work here for you to do upon this planet in your own unique way. It is the work of the Divine Mother, the work of love. So then allow her to care for you, even if you wonder what the heavenly minx is up to at times. We'll read the healing thing here in just a second. Man, people, things are working out. Have faith. Even if everything seems like it's falling apart, sometimes things have to fall apart and fall away to make space for something better. I have learned that so many times in my life. Living situation. I had a horrible living situation a couple years ago. It was terrible, but I needed that living situation. And when things got to the point that it was just unlivable, things kind of fell apart, fell away, that crumbled down. And now, guys, I'm sitting in my own house. This is mine, This is my place. This is my home. No one can come in here and say, you can't do this, you can't do your podcast. No one's going to come walking through my house whenever they want to, like that landlord used to do with my apartment and stuff. This is mine. But that had to fall away. That had to go away. And I tell you what, Guys, I had faith that I would have a place. And I had faith that I'd be okay. I've, I've been without a home a few times. And I've always been fine. I've always found a way. Either through the grace and love of friends who said, hey, I got a couch or a chair you can crash on, floor you can crash on, whatnot, to make sure that I wasn't, sleeping in my car or whatnot. But even if I was sleeping in my car, I had a car. There was points and times where when I was out in California, I was homeless, and I would go out to soup kitchens and stuff, and I met some amazing people during that time, and some of the lessons I learned during that time were valuable, important lessons to learn. And there's a lot of people be like, oh man, I don't know how you went through that. Well, it was what it was, and it was part of the experience for me to learn. And while not the best experience, I wouldn't give it up. I learned so much from it. If I hadn't had that, I wouldn't have learned that. So sometimes when you're going through something bad, just know that one, there's a lesson to be learned there, or there's lessons to be learned there. And that sometimes what we perceive as bad are things falling away to make room for greater blessings to come into place. So just be faithful and know that there's always great blessings coming toward you. A sacred honoring ritual. Place your left hand with the palm facing upwards in front of you, reaching out as if to receive, and say, Divine Mother, through your gracious compassion and bounty, I humbly bow. Bow your head to your hand for a moment, or if you wish, kneel and kiss the floor. In this action, allow yourself to truly surrender to the workings of love. Just intend to surrender, and it shall be. Then arise and place your left hand out again, with the palm facing up and arm extended slightly, as if to receive, and say aloud, I willingly accept the bestowal of grace, now manifesting into form, as a heartfelt wish, delivered to me through the Divine Mother's genius and generosity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have finished your sacred honoring ritual. And you know what? I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to each and every one of you as well. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to each of you who tune in to any of these shows. To any of you who show any kind of support to Breaking Reality and myself. And I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to the Divine Mother, because she has beautiful, awesome things in store for the show, and I know. I might have been one of those naughty angels that peeked my head into the dining room and took a look at things. I was always that kid. One always sneaking around, checking things out, seeing what was there. Curiosity. Probably what led me down my path where I'm at today is that curiosity. But just know you're loved and be blessed. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.